Hello and welcome to the What Leigh Makes YouTube channel. This is my corner of the internet where I discuss my crafting adventures, or it was. I haven't been on for a long time. So today's date is the 16th of October 2023. I plan to do this video, which is kind of a finished objects only and kind of life update, life in general chat, and then I intend to do a full roundup of all of my whips. So I'm hoping this will be like a clean fresh slate, so you'll see what I've finished recently. Evidently not that much. I think the last time I posted was maybe March time. So this is not that much really. And I'll show you all of the things I'm currently working on or have in the pipeline, and then hopefully I can start resuming a regular podcast schedule again. That is my hope. I have missed podcasting. Life has been chaotic, not had a lot of time or mental energy to do crafting. So obviously as a knock-on effect, the podcast has been a bit neglected. Right, let's introduce myself. So my name's Leigh. I am 29. I am an advanced team leader, which is an underpaid service manager for a company that works with adults with autism or complex needs and challenging behaviour. Autism is sort of one of our biggest areas, one of our biggest needs of the people we support, which is one life update thing to discuss later on anyway. I live in a small town in Warwickshire, which is in central England. I enjoy crafting, I do knitting, I knit and I sew. I've started dabbling in paint here and there, but not a lot. Something I'd like to explore more of. I'd like to explore a lot more of crafts. I want to learn sort of cross stitch and crocheting, embroidery and spinning and weaving. Oh, I do some weaving actually, but again, not very much. But time and headspace, etc. But do follow me if you are interested in any of those things. This is probably going to be very unorganised, very chaotic. You're in for a bit of a rough ride, but I just want to sort of have a clean slate, show you everything that I have done, I think, and then show you the things that I am working on, which will be a separate video, so they're kind of my works in progress, and then hopefully restart the monthly schedule. Okay, so let's start with I don't know, painting. Let's just pick an area and go with that. So this, I don't know whether I've shown this. I don't think I have. If I have, I'm really sorry. It is what it is. I'm part of the WI in my local area, and they did a sort of a speed crafting night a while ago, and one of them was painting. So I painted this. I've no idea. It's flowers. I've no idea what type of paint it was. From a stencil. I really love the gold. It's really like metallic. So pretty. It is done. I just haven't decided what I'm going to do with it. So I've done that. The most recent thing I did was 2 weeks ago, which is this kind of exploring watercolour painting. Watercolour is not something I've done a whole lot of, but it's a botanical print. I did that at a local community hub craft workshop that they had put on. I'd popped in for something else anyway, and they were just starting a watercolour class, and I was, no, can I join? I'd like to have a go. I have done a little bit of watercolour if you watched the podcast a long time ago, but not much. I'd like to explore art more in general. Watercolour, I really like the look of watercolour, but I know it's a very difficult thing to get right. So it's just a botanical print. Don't know where it's going to go. I don't know if it is going to be put up, but it is finished at least. And then, slightly unrelated, but in the same vein, is this. It is, I did this at the craft show, I think at the NEC, possibly in March. I did do a sit down video where I discussed everything I did there and everything I bought, I think. So if you've seen that, you'd have seen this, but if you haven't, I'll show you. This is a Ballart A6 stamp. I got the stamp of, I did get the stamp of a different girl, but they used, so this is the one that I did there as like a little workshop thing, and this is a stencil. I think this is a stencil, but you then use sponges and some specific markers to sort of colour. It's really pretty. I really enjoyed it, and I think I'd like to do some more. I'd really like to get back into scrapbooking. I used to do scrapbooking. Just having the time, isn't it, for everything? Right, and then this one is a sailboat that I did at a paint night in Leamington, which is Painting Perfect, I think. They run they run one night paint workshops in Coventry, Leamington. I think I've seen them in Solihull, Leicester. I think Kenilworth. There's various other places that they do them. But this is one that I did. I did this one in Leamington. It is really pretty. It isn't, I don't think it's my best artwork, to be honest, but I really like it. If I was to redo it, this here, the wave should all go in one direction, and that isn't, and that actually really annoys me. But it is really nice. The people that are in it, John and Sylvia, are super lovely. I've done a couple of theirs. So you've got the sky and then the sea, and there's some like rocks in the background and some rocks in the foreground. I really like the effect. I can't see what you can see. I really like the effect on these rocks here, because that's actually sort of 3D. Don't know how well you can see, but it has been built up. So I really like that. My sailboat isn't the best, but that's okay. I don't mind. I really like it. I haven't even told you what I'm wearing. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I am so out of this podcasting business. So I am wearing one handmade item, which is my dress, which is the B64. I think it's 09. So I've got my notebook down here, and that's why I'm looking down. I can't remember. It is. I'll pop it down below. It's the dress pattern that I wear all the time, and I make all the time, including these. So it's just in this really fun Halloween print from last year. I can't remember what company it's from. I want to say Art Gallery, but I'm not certain. If you know, please do comment down below. But it is really nice because it's a sort of just a normal floral print with spiders' webs. If you look really closely, there are spiders in it. But if you look first glance, especially from a distance, it just looks like a floral dress. So I really like that. I love the colours. So yes, Halloween dress, because it is the middle of October. Okay. Let's go with a cup of tea. I hope you've got something nice and hot to drink, because the temperature has definitely changed now. It is getting really chilly. It's been a really weird year for our weather. I feel like it rained most of the summer. It rained most of... Did it rain most of September and then got really warm in October? If I remember right. And then, last few days the temperature's really dropped again. I actually put my heater on for the first time the other night. Okay. Right. Let's show you the next thing, which I again made at the WI Crafts speed crafting night. And I accidentally got a little bit of paint on the on it. This is a needle cozy, a needle tidy. Does it all? So mine's floral print, of course, and then it's got some felt in the middle that you sort of pop your needles in as you go. It's got a ribbon closure with some beads. It's really pretty. I would really like to sew one, and that's kind of what I've got my heart set on doing. But I'm glad to have got one anyway. I've been saving it to show on the podcast, because if I pull it away, I'll forget all about it. So yeah, I really like this. And then I did a little bit of jewellery making. So this is again at the NEC the craft show, which is actually happening again in, I think it's in November, which I'm quite excited for. I'm really hoping to attend that. But it is just, oh, let me come a bit closer. It's getting used to a new setup too, because I used to film in the work office, so you would be placed on the desk right in front of me, whereas now I've got my own place and can spread out a bit more. It's got a little hand on which says handmade, and then it's just pink, some like diamante type things too. It's really pretty. I've got a couple of kits which I'll show you in the whip video, in different colours. So I really enjoyed it. It's my first time making jewellery, and I did really enjoy it, and I think it's something I'd like to explore more of. So that was a workshop at the craft show at the NEC back in, I think it was in March. Please do comment down below actually if you're planning on going to the one in, I think it's the 14th to 17th of November, off the top of my head. If that's somewhere you're thinking of going, please do comment down below. So then I'll show you my knitting. So I will start actually with this pair of socks, which is a vanilla sock pattern. I use the free one, the one you get free of King Cole zigzag sock yarn, and I just adapt it slightly. So I do a 2.5mm 2x2 rib for however long I think. These are ones that I started a long time ago. I was going to say my preferences have changed, but yeah, no, my preferences have changed. So these are quite a short cuff. I would normally like a bit longer of a cuff, but obviously they've been started a while ago. I think I did feature them in one of my old podcasts, but they have been finished since, although still fairly recently. So 2x2 rib, just straight down the leg, a slip stitch heel, flap and gusset, knit along the foot, and then I personally like the sort of square toe. To be fair, my preference is the square toe. A round toe is fine as long as I'm not using contrasting colour for the toe, because I feel like it stands out a lot more. But yeah, really like these. These are finished late September, I think, so they've been on the needles for a long time. And as with most of my sock projects, which you will see in the upcoming whip video, I tend to like get as far as the heel, where I have to start doing the heel, and then just put them down, forget them, and pick up something else, or start something more to the point, start something else. So they've been waiting for a long time, but they are now done. They have been washed and blocked, and I've just left them on the sock blockers to film this. And then these were, I think I cast one on around New Year time, the end of December in 2022, because I remember I had these. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's been a long time. West Yorkshire Spinners Florist Collection in, I think this one is the Foxglove and this one is Honeysuckle, I think. But they are the Florist Collection from West Yorkshire Spinners, and the complimentary solid. And then these ones are Stylecraft Walking in Nature in the Promenade colourway, which is this, and then the contrasting cuff and toe is West Yorkshire Spinners in, I think it's in the poppy seed colour. So these are really beautiful. I love how they pattern. Love the different shades of blue in this. And then I chose the grey, although it doesn't exactly match the grey in here, and it really annoys me on this toe, because you can see, I don't know how well the camera will pick it up, but you can see the colour difference. This is the grey stripe in the yarn, and this is the contrasting colour. It really annoys me they don't match. But I had thought, as long as they weren't next to each other, I'd be okay. And then of course when I was doing the foot, don't have a lot of control over it. But anyway, so again, 2x2 cuff, vanilla, slip stitch, heel flap and gusset, vanilla, and then I think this is a rounded toe potentially. Can't remember. But yeah, I cast these on because I went to Cornwall for New Year, and I remember wanting a pair of socks to knit on, and I thought the Promenade colourway would be quite nice. So yeah, really like these. Again, they have been washed and blocked. They've just been left on the blockers until I've filmed this. So they're the only knitting that I have done recently, bar this. So these have both, no, the Promenade socks both weren't knee cast-ons, the Foxglove ones weren't. This was a knee cast on, and it has been finished. It is a mulled rainbow blanket, which is ginormous. This is half of it. And then this is the other half. So it goes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink. Again, it has been washed. It hasn't been officially blocked. But this pattern is inspired by Judith Stranded Dyeworks, who dyed a rainbow set that sort of faded. I think the red had remember right, the red had speckles of orange, the orange had speckles of yellow, the yellow had speckles of green, and so on. So it sort of faded throughout, sort of flowed throughout, which was beautiful. And I know he did a mould blanket out of it. I did buy the rainbow fade set. Still don't know what I'm going to do with it. I have got it on the sock base, but I didn't want to knit a blanket. Well, I didn't particularly know whether I wanted to knit a blanket, and I certainly don't plan to knit a mould blanket, because I think not that it's not worth the money, because it absolutely is. Hand-dyed yarn is stunning. Jeans yarn, stranded yarn is beautiful, but it's a lot of money to spend on something that not many people get to see. And at the time, I really wanted to do a mould blanket, but I don't know. I just didn't want to use that yarn for that project, but I loved the idea. So I've done mine out of commercial yarn. I think Jude's blanket is far nicer, far better, but it is what it is. So I used a whole load of commercial yarn. I'll talk you through the colours. I cast on, I think I cast on 200 stitches, and then literally just, I think you slip the first stitch each row and then literally just knit. So it's garter stitch, just knit every row, slip in the first stitch, and then I just changed colour whenever I ran out of yarn and carried on. You just knit until you run out. So I used the whites that I've carried throughout was, I think it was Opal Uni Part in white. I think it was in like the most white, because I think we also have cream. And I carried that throughout. Interestingly, I did have to buy an additional ball of that to finish it. And I know that some of these yarns have 400 metres per 100 grams, some have 425 metres per 100 gram. But I'm fairly certain the white was, I think the white was 425 metres per 100 gram, but I had to buy an additional ball, which I've sort of partially used. But anyway, the red is West Yorkshire Spinners Cayenne Pepper. The orange is Opal Uni Part, and it is bright. Opal Uni Part Neon Orange. The yellow, which makes my heart sing, I adore this colour, was Opal Uni Part in Neon Yellow. This did run, when I washed it, this ran a lot. The green is Opal Uni Part Neon Green. This did run somewhat when I washed it. The turquoise is, or the blue is Opal Uni Part Turquoise. The purple is West Yorkshire Spinners Blackcurrant Bomb. I would have liked something a bit brighter to go with the rest of the neons, but that was the best I could find at the time. And then neon pink is Opal Uni Part Neon Pink. This ran a lot when I washed it too. So it has been washed when I used sort of lukewarm water in a bath tub with just normal Eucalan, the same as normal. But I did put a whole load of sort of colour catchers in. I'm glad I did, but there was definitely some colour runs. Just be really careful if you're using the Opal Uni Part neon colours. Just be really careful that they may well run. So yes, it is. This is 200 stitches wide, and it is kind of like that. So I am 5'5", and it is pretty much my wingspan. And then it's about the length of a full bed. Oh, it's really hard to show because it is so big. But but it is definitely long enough. I don't think I'd want it any longer. I plan to knit another one in a grey instead of the white, and in sort of much deeper, darker, sort of jewel tone rainbow, which I have bought the yarn for. I was obsessed. This was all I wanted to knit because everything required brain power and I didn't have much of that. So this is all I knit for ages. But I'm not allowing myself to cast on another one just yet because I know it would be all I work on. I'd like to get some of my other projects off the needles first. But I really, really like this. But the grey would go really nice with my sofa. My dining chairs are grey too, which are behind you. Yeah, so that is the knitting I've been doing. And then I will just talk you through my recently finished sewing projects. I'm going to leave it like that. Sorry, I'm still getting used to these setups. Okay, so all of these dresses are the same pattern, which I can't remember, which I think is Butterick B6409. I will pop it in description down below. It is the only sewing pattern that I use for dresses. I've done loads of them. There is a full dress collection video, which I will link as well. So I went on holiday. I went back to Cornwall a couple of weeks ago in September. So I sewed a whole load of dresses for that. And I'll just show you. These have all been washed and ironed, ready to show. Oh, okay. So the first one is this. I think it's Makawa. It is the light blue sailboats. I do have it in navy, which you'll see in the whip video. The bias binding is from Higgs and Higgs. I think it's Fanny by Resta in I think it's called the Aquamarine print. It's got the seashells and sort of bubbles and seahorses on it. It's really cute. I've used that for the neck, the arm and the hem. So this first one is, I think it's Makawa fabric. They are all 100% cotton. This one is, again, I think it might be Makawa. These were all bought last year. I think most of them are from my sewing box. This print is from Liberty. It's from the Riviera collection. I bought it from the Coventry sewing shop by the Central 6. I adore this so much. So it's got like a pier and sailboats and there's lighthouses, palm trees, boats, parasols. It's really cute. I really like this one too because this also has like the lobster cages and the sailboats, lighthouses, like the proper seaside townhouses and stuff. It's really pretty, and I love the detail on this too, the reflection of the boats in the water. I think that's really great. This one is a lighthouse print. See, I can't just think of the collection. I don't think this one was Makawa. Can't just think. Need to resew that binding down. But that's really cute. I'll come back to that one and that one. This is a crab print dress. This is from Hobbycraft. They didn't have enough of this print, so I had to go with something they had there, which was just as plain blue cotton. it's a different weight. I don't like the feel of it very much. It doesn't match the colour. I went for it because I thought it was the closest match for the blue crab. I don't know how you can see, but the blue crab have darker blue claws and then a lighter blue body. That don't love it, but equally I needed to just get a whole load of dresses soon for the holiday. So unfortunately that was that. I'll show you that one in a minute. This is another seaside print. This one's on navy background with shells and boats, starfish, the seaside houses, lighthouse, birds. I love this one. In Britain you always need some darker coloured summer dresses because it's not always nice weather. And then this one is a new Halloween dress that I made, which I got a fabric for last year. I think this collection is the same as this. Look at the flowers. But again, it's got the flowers. I love the colours. It's got moths, and then in the moths it's got schools and stuff. I'll see if I can show you that one in a minute. That bias binding is from Higgs and Higgs Organic Cotton bias binding in the Orange Floral collection. The Orange Floral. This is a space themed dress with space themed bias binding, again from Higgs and Higgs. I think it's the Fanny Biesta in some sort of space print. This is one of my Christmas dresses. Again, it's fabric I bought last year. The gold is metallic in the dress. It's from my sewing box. And then the bias binding is cotton, metallic, and gold. Can't remember where it is from. The same as this one. This print, can't think what company made this. And again, the gold sort of wire is metallic. I know you probably can't see. It's kind of fairy lights. It's really cute. I'll show you the Halloween one slightly closer. Ooh. Cool. Do you see in this moth here? It's got schools on it, and then this flower has these like flowers coming off. The flowers are actually schools. I really like, you know, some, because it's so subtle, you can sort of get away with wearing it and it doesn't scream Halloween, but when you look really closely you notice it. I really like that. Okay, so I have anything else to talk to you about? Yes. So that's all the crafting stuff. Can't wait to tidy all that up. To be honest, I wanted to get this video filmed so that I could get all my dresses put away rather than having them hang on the door, because I put them in the wardrobe, I forget what I'd say. Okay. Life update. Where have I been? So last time I spoke to you, so I'll give you a quick rundown. So I was last posting on the monthly schedule back in August 2022, so just over a year ago. I was settled in my job role. I basically lived at work, so I was there constantly. And I lived it. I unfortunately was being made redundant, so I was looking for another job. So I know at that point, I think July's monthly podcast is the last proper podcast I did. I did post a kind of chatty video in August, and then kind of life just got chaotic. So I don't know how much of this I covered in the last video, so again I just want a clean slate. So I got made redundant last September. I have had a couple of job changes since then. So once I knew I was being made redundant, knew that I wasn't going to continue doing live-in work, I then started looking for my own place, which I did get in late February. But in the sort of interim between leaving that sort of live-in job, my living situation was okay, but it wasn't brilliant. So I just didn't get the opportunity to do much posting. And then I moved in my place late February, and things have just been really busy. I haven't had a lot of crafting time or energy, and I'm still trying to sort out this place, so it's still not sorted. That's kind of neither here nor there. So I think I'd have told you last time I posted would have been sort of February, March time. So I was doing this support work in the same company I work for now. I was a support worker. Or an event support worker, which was okay, but I always wanted to sort of progress up. But equally, I didn't want to come in and do team leader until I've worked in service. So I sort of progressed. I saw an opportunity to progress and got promoted. I applied for the team leader role and was interviewed and stuff and was successful. That was I think it was in July, top of my head. Which is okay. It's been really busy. It's a lot to learn, a lot to get used to. So again, time's not been on my side. But I have sort of changed job role and sort of stepped up within the same company. Gonna see how it goes. I think I am also in a relationship. I think I mentioned this back in my last proper sit down chatty video. But I am in a relationship, and that obviously takes time away from my crafting. But yeah, things are okay. Things are good. Is there anything else? So I've got my own place. I've changed jobs, relationship. I'm trying to fall back into a routine with crafting, and I want to come back to podcasting. I really appreciate your patience. I know it's been a long wait for people. I have been crafting more recently, in particular the sewing. Most of these were sewn in a couple of days because I needed them for the holiday. And then when I sort of ran out of bias binder with the seaside print, I was just cutting out and sewing something else, like the Halloween one and the Christmas ones, just to sew. So my sewing machine has been out. So this is the really funny thing. So I moved in, and one thing I knew I really wanted was a proper dining table, a solid dining table. And I'd lived with Grandma, and she'd had a solid wood dining table years ago. So I knew solid wood could take a sewing machine and, not break it was my concern. And then I moved in late February. I probably started looking for a dining table late March time, or in March sometime. And I hunted everywhere and then found one. I had to wait 2 months for delivery. I remember I was so miffed about having to wait. It got delivered around the middle of May, and then the whole reason I bought it was so I could sew and use my sewing machine, and I haven't sewn until September. Isn't that bonkers? So it's an oak dining table, so it's cost me £1.50, so I could sew on it. Yeah, if it wasn't for needing it for sewing, I could get away with a cheap one from Argos. I literally just wanted somewhere to eat dinner, if I really wanted to. So I spent all that money, wasted all that time for delivery, and then didn't use it for the... I mean, it is a dining table and it does get used for dinner on a regular basis. But in terms of why I bought that particular one for sewing, the actual intended purpose wasn't used for its intended purpose for a long time. Yeah, so I think that's everything. I'm sorry if it's been really rambly. I'm really out of practice. I'm going to upload this video, and I'm also going to film the whip rundown, whip down, whatever video almost immediately after. I need to sort everything out and tidy up a little bit, but I'm going to sit down and start doing my whip videos now. I think I'm going to have to break them down by category, by subject, by craft, and then everything will go up fairly soon. Don't know when, but they will go up fairly soon, and then I hope to resume a monthly schedule again. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for your patience. Let me know if you're going to the NEC craft show this November. Have a wonderful day. Bye.